Today we'll be painting top view and side view daisies. In this watercolor tutorial we'll be practicing paint and water control, the wet on wet technique and the wet on dry technique. During this mindful tutorial we'll be creating two small paintings. We'll be working on a second painting while the first one is drying. Creating these paintings was a real challenge for me. I had to tell myself several times that daisies come in all kinds of shapes, sizes and colors, and that the flowers don't have to look perfect. So try to focus on the beauty of the painting process itself instead of the outcome, and enjoy your creative me time. For these artworks, I'll be using one square piece of watercolor paper and one bookmark shaped piece of paper. To create the paintings, you'll be needing two brushes, a round size 10 and a round size 0, but slightly bigger or smaller brushes are totally fine too. You can use any colors you like for these daisies. I'll be using neutral tint and potter's paint for my petals, Naples yellow and yellow ochre for the stamen, green for my stems and leaves. The mixes of my paints are quite light. I used half water, half paint for most mixes. For the petals of my white daisies, I used a very light grey wash, just a drop of neutral tint with about 10 drops of water. I start by painting the petals of the side view daisies with my size 10 round brush. I start creating my first daisy by applying wet paint on my dry paper. I apply light pressure to my brush on the top of the petal. At the end of the petal, I apply more pressure to make the petals broader on the bottom. I paint about 5 to 6 petals per daisy. The top of every petal is pointing to the center of the flower. I add the stamen with Naples yellow when the petals of my daisies are still wet. Gently touch the paper with the tip of your brush. Touch the wet petals a little bit with your brush to let the yellow paint bleed into the pink paint. I repeat these steps for the white daisies I paint, but for the white daisies I use a very light mix of my gray paint. As you can see, my yellow paint bleeded too much into some of my petals. If this happened to you too, don't worry at all. Just pick up some of the yellow paint with a dry brush. As a final touch, we'll be adding veins to the leaves of our top view daisies with a wet on dry technique. So before you start painting on your petals, make sure the paint of your petals is dry. Add the veins in the middle of your petals by just touching the paper with the tip of your small round brush. If you like it, you can apply the same technique to your leaves and even to the petals of your side view daisies. Alright, amazing job! You created two beautiful artworks. I hope you enjoyed this creative me time as much as I did. Thank you so much for taking the time again to create these lovely daisies with me today.